Hey guys, welcome to Interesting Run in Wild Rift. So today we're back with an quote-unquote AP Zeri supplementary guide. And I say quote-unquote AP because there is a real, like, full AP Zeri kind of build where I think one of the players in the top 5 Zeris actually uses it. Like, it's really, really full AP. Like, you build all AP items kind of things. But this one really is not. So this one is a really interesting one. So we start off with the 1-2 combo of Manamune into Triforce. And this is a kind of a combo on Zeri that's already been tested and we already know it's good from many patches ago. I think it's like patch 4.3 or something. Like, people already knew this was good. So basically, the goal of going for Manamune is you get a lot of mana, and of course you get the extra damage on your auto attacks and on your spells. So Zeri's Q in Wild Rift is really easy to hit, and it's AoE, so you can easily just Q a whole group of enemies if they're close enough together, and it does a lot of damage. So that's kind of the main goal of that. Gluttonous Grease, of course, Omnivamp and attack speed. Omnivamp and attack damage, not attack speed. Triforce, kind of the same thing, where basically you get extra health, which is of course great. Ability Haste, which allows you to spam your Q a lot more. And of course, when you auto-attack in between your Qs, you can of course proc your Spell Blade, because at the end of the day, you're still an ADC who auto-attack, so you can Q auto, Q auto, Q auto, and basically whenever Q is off cooldown, and that's kind of the main goal of this build. So here's where it gets interesting. We're going to go for some AP components. So the first one is going to be Rift Maker. So Rift Maker gives you a little bit more health, some AP, some Magic Pen, Ability Haste. Of course, you get your 12% Omnivamp and your Void Corruption passive, which gives you true damage. So here, the first question is, why would you want to go for this as your Omnivamp item instead of going for something like a Bloodthirster, right? Because so you could go like this, and then into Bloodthirster. So there's a couple of differences when it comes to Riftmaker, and I'm going to explain it just a little bit. So first up, you get extra health and extra ability haste that of course Bloodthirster doesn't give you. So getting 150 max health and getting 15 ability haste seems like nothing much, but 150 max health, it's going to increase the survivability combined with the Triforce. And ability haste really, really good because you're trying to spam up abilities, and you get even more over here later on. So how about Omnivamp? So obviously Omnivamp is going to be the better version of Physical Vamp, so nothing too much to discuss there. And then you also get the additional like true damage passive, which of course Bloodthirster doesn't have. It gives you the extra AD and the attack speed, which is of course also useful. Then your next question might be, but it gives you AP and Zeri's an ADC. Well, I'm going to explain that a little bit later on, but we're going to go through the rest of the build and the runes and spells first. So next up, you could either go for Mole Reminder next if you need the Armor Pen and the Grievous Wounds, but if you don't, then you can go for Crown. So Crown, obviously, the benefits are obvious. You're going to be able to get yourself a spell shield that's going to, of course, be like a Banshees and block the next hostile ability. And also, of course, you get the damage reduction for the next, 1 second. So, once again, it gives you AP, Magic Pen, it gives you mana, which, don't forget, mana now increases your damage because of Manamune. And again, 20 ability haste, which allows you to spam your Q even more. So, runes and spells, let's cover that first before we talk about AP. So Conquer, of course, gives you 80 slash AP, and of course gives you the Omnivamp, and of course we already covered in the Zeri updated complete guide that we don't need Lethal Tempo on Zeri because her attack speed is enough already. We don't need Lethal Tempo. We have attack speed from here, and we have attack speed from Legend Alacrity. Then of course we have Brutal from on-hit damage because you still auto-attack a lot, and of course you have Giant Slayer, of course, to do extra damage, and then you have Bone Plating to block combo damage as well as for a stronger laning phase. Whoops, we don't want the practice tool. Flash, of course, and then we have Ghost as well to get the movement speed to kite around fights. So now I'm going to talk about why building AP on Zeri is a thing. Well, so first up, you can see that on all her abilities, she has AD and AP ratio. So here you can see we have the active, we have 55 AD ratio and 30% AP ratio. We have 80% AD ratio and 40% AP ratio. And of course, this one doesn't. And on the ulti, you actually have a 80% AP ratio plus 15 here and another 15 here. So, in case you don't know, in general, you get about double the amount of AP from items compared to AD just in general. So here you have like about half of the AD ratio, and here you have like half of the AD ratio as well. So this pretty much is going to be equivalent. And don't forget, you of course still have AD from your first couple of items. And over here, you actually have more. So here you have a 70% bonus AD ratio compared to an 80% flat AP ratio. So your ult is going to do a lot more burst damage compared to if you do an AD build. And you will see the ult burst damage in the game as well. And of course you have the faster, not faster, but the more on-hit magic damage as well. So overall building AP on Zeri is a very viable thing to do, in case you guys didn't know. So Riftmaker can be better than Bloodthirster in some situations, which is why we're going for that. But with all that said and covered, now let's jump into talking about our gameplay. Okay, so now we're hopping into the gameplay. Now, it should be no surprise that this is going to be a pretty dominant game because we did like 50% of our team's damage, as you guys saw, from the title of the video. But yeah, this is insane, like 60k damage kind of game, and it really shows you and proves to you beyond a shadow of a doubt this build works. I mean, the mana immune into Triforce, we already knew that works, but the Riftmaker and the crown thing is like something that most people will raise an eyebrow at and like, what is this guy building kind of situation. And yeah, when I didn't invent this build myself. I actually got it from the top Zeri players. Like honestly, at this point, a couple of months back now. I just haven't really gotten around to playing this build, and I didn't realize that it was really that good. Of course, when I tested it for myself, I was like, whoa, this build is actually really good. So I'm pulling out this interesting Zeri build and showing you guys that it works. And if you guys want to follow it, go ahead. If you want to go for a normal crit build, go ahead. Both kind of works. And good. And they're good in different ways. So here you can already see we haven't even got any items yet, but we're just poking out the enemy laners like non-stop. You can see we're just landing Qs non-stop, just landing auto attacks non-stop. And really, Twitch is the kind of champ that can't really trade like in the early stages of the game very well. So we are actually getting off really good trades. He does land a full stack E on us though, so he does of course get some of our health. But we are gonna just take the fruit, and he is actually recalling, and so this is gonna allow us some kind of free time to just farm up the lane, and while he is busy in base. So he's already losing some minions. Here he lost a minion over there to his own cannon. Next wave is kind of hopping in, and Zeri's wave turn not really the best. So here I'm trying to enlist the help of Nami a little bit to push in the wave, and here I'm just going to get the W to kind of weaken the wave a little bit. Remember to dash out of the Karma W so we don't tank the damage, and being careful to not let Twitch full stack on us. He does full stack on Nami though, and doesn't actually, nearly full stacks on Nami, but we're able to get our Conqueror fully stacked multiple times already in the lane. And Twitch really shouldn't be fighting us this early because Twitch is not a very good early game trader, so he's not really playing the champ very well, which is allowing us to get off really good trades and kind of allowing us to bully them in the lane. Like, what is this guy doing? Why is he there attacking me? He's not going to do anything. And here we're able to finally push in the wave, and this is going to allow us to perhaps back and get some items. Or we were going to back and get some items when we see the enemy team inside our jungle. So now, of course, we have lane priority, so we can quickly head on over to see if we can help out our team. We get the slow onto the Ahri. Nyla goes in, and we're actually able to save her by killing Xin Zhao, and she actually survives. So we actually pretty much just pick up a free kill here. The wave is still neutral, so we don't really lose anything. We are able to back and get our mana immune components. Of course, remember, if you're going for mana immune, you want to rush it as your first item before your boots, because you want to charge mana immune as quickly as possible. And you don't want to waste time, building boots before mana immune and delaying your mana immune completion. So here we're back in the lane, just clearing out the minions. Wave is pushing into us, and we're going to be able to freeze the minions here if we want to. But of course, we don't really want to do that because we can just bully them. Twitch comes in on us for some reason. We're all level 5. Nami actually gets rooted. Karma tries to ult. I go in with my ult as well. They play super aggressive. I hit both of them with my ult. Nami hits both of them with her ult as well. We run down the Twitch. Karma kind of escaped because I'm slowing her with my W, and we run Karma down as well, picking up the double kill and allowing us to basically just clear out the next minion wave as well. And yeah, so really nice from me and Nami to respond to the aggressive all-in from the enemy team when they really shouldn't be, all-inning us, and they pretty much wasted all their summoner spells as well. And I still have my flash, and I didn't even use any summoner spells in that exchange. So while we're walking back to lane, it's a good time to remind you guys that, you know, this, I think this probably is going to be the last video that I'm going to make for up till patch 5.0 comes out. You know, probably going to be the last video from me until 5.0. Maybe one more, we'll have to see, but I'm going to Korea for 3 weeks, you know, and I'm not going to be bringing my recording equipment with me because I want to take a little bit of a break from YouTube because I've been posting throughout the year. So yeah. Speaking of which, not even speaking of which, but we basically catch out the Twitch again, and Twitch is able, Twitch dies, and Karma is able to escape because she lands a root, but she is really, really worse for wear. And yeah, now back to talking about the gameplay. So, another kill onto Twitch. We're now 4-0. Of course, we're now super duper far ahead. We're 1k gold ahead of pretty much everyone in the game except Volibear, who he himself is crushing the Gwen. He's 3-0-1, and he's like 300 gold up on me at this point. Now Volibear is even rotating to the dragon, which is a pretty dire situation, because we don't really want to deal with this 3-0 Volibear. Like, this is a really scary guy. He has plated steel caps, which is going to block a lot of our damage, of course, because we're mainly physical damage. Here my team goes in 2v like 4 or 5, 2v5 basically, which is insane. The Ahri gets caught. I'm able to burst down the Ahri, flash in to finish the kill as well. And here we are just slowly kiting on the enemy team. Xinjiang pops in on me. He tanks a tower shot. He dies. Karma goes in on me. She dies as well. I actually pick up a triple kill, but now we go. We're up against the final boss, Volibear, and he just smacks us and kills us under the tower. Lives on 1 HP. And I think I picked up a triple, but I think Volibear picked up a triple as well. Like, he was 3-0-2, right? So I think now he's like, oh, he was 3-0-1, now he's 6-0-2, so I think he picked up 3 kills as well. This is really bad, of course, because their most fed member is now more fed, and he is like now 1.5k gold ahead of me, and that is going to be a serious problem. Really going to be difficult to deal with this Volibear. He's going to be a really strong raid boss, really strong front line, and we're going to have to deal with him sooner or later, you know, when you know, the mid-game happens and stuff, and people start grouping up. Karma and Nami are both going to contest the Herald, so it's just me and Twitch, and obviously I'm so far ahead of the Twitch that I have nothing to be scared of at all. In fact, I can look to kill him. He's at full health, but we can definitely get some kill pressure on him. We land our Q and W onto him. He's actually forced to take the fruit, and here we're just farming tower plates. So we can see we Q auto, Q, W, and now he's like 1 HP. So all we need to do is out Q and he's just dead. So here we're gonna wait for our E to come back up. So we E out Q and he's just dead under his tower, and we only need to tank like 1 tower shot for that. And because he's dead, now we can get like basically all the tower plates and maybe even the tower. So here the thing is that I don't see Volibear, so I'm afraid he might be coming down. You can actually see him on the ward now. He is actually coming down. So I was thinking of walking away, but I'm like, wait, let me just get the tower. You know, if I die for it, that's gonna be sad. But here I tried to slow him, but I missed. So I'm gonna have to pop the ghost and pop the E. I'm trying my best to kite him out. He runs out of his Q, so he's not able to actually stun me. Now he's tanking tower. He has to walk up, but now Karma comes for the support, and I just die because I can't dodge the Karma ulti under the tower because there's not enough space. But yeah, so end up dying again, pretty much to the Volibear again, and Volibear still has a huge lead against me and anybody else in the game. In fact, he has double of Gwen's gold. He literally has more than double of Gwen's gold, and he has like the same goal as, like, for example, Gwen and Neela combined, which is completely tragic. Morgana though comes in with and gets the huge shutdown, which is really nice to shut down the Volibear, but I really wanted that shutdown. Like, he has such a nice juicy shutdown. I was wanting to collect it to kind of close the gap between me and him, but unfortunately not quite gonna happen. And instead we're just gonna go ahead and grab farm elsewhere instead of, you know, thinking about missing out on that kill. So we grab the minion wave. Here we can see Twitch and Karma are in the area. Twitch just went invis, so we know he's there because we saw him go invis. So we're not even surprised when he just pops up right here because we did see him pop his Q. And next wave comes in. We're just gonna quickly try to clear out the wave and head back to bot to collect the wave there as well. Of course, we want to maintain our farm as much as possible to, of course, get in a position to carry our team. And here we still don't have the Manamune evolved yet, so we're trying to get the Manamune evolved as quickly as possible. Here Volibear tries to go in on our team. But you know, there are too many of us there, and he doesn't really want to go in all of us. And here a fight just randomly breaks out. Basically, I'm gonna flash away from the volley bear, and here I pop the ult, and I'm basically just blasting whoever I can. I'm blasting Xin Zhao. Of course, anyone who's not a volley bear will take a decent amount of damage. Volley bear goes for the fruit, gets bubbled, gets rooted, and gets completely smacked around and just dies. He's really tanky, but yeah, but not that tanky. He can be tanking like 4 people. So Nyla now picks up a triple kill, and out of nowhere, we're kind of back in the game here. Only Ahri is left alive. Here it is, speaking of the devil. And the next wave is still a little ways away, so I'm just going to back. So here I spot Morgana hitting her root, and I actually follow up, and we nearly kill the Ahri. If we had Nami just like cancel her recall and W the Ahri one time, we actually would have just one-shot her after that, but unfortunately, Nami completes the recall, and we are not actually able to finish the kill onto Ahri. So Ahri survives on 1 HP. But you can see that, you know, Ahri is pretty squishy compared to the damage we have at the moment. Of course, because we're 8, 2, and 5. Super duper fed. And enemy team actually manages to get the steal on the dragon. And here I'm just popping the ult. I run away from the volley bear basically by running to the other side. Nyla already picks up a triple kill, and only volley bear is left. Here I had my Iya, but I didn't want to dash the wall into the volley bear's face because I don't really think me and Nami can easily kill volley bear. So I decide not to take the risk, and instead I simply just wait for him to go away, and then I ult back over the wall to pick up the jungle farm. But yeah, honestly, maybe in hindsight, going for a volley bear 1v2 with Nami may not be such a bad idea because it's, you know, we're really fed as well, and we have Nami, so maybe we could have actually killed him or at least tried to. But I decided to not go for the risky play at that point in time because I really didn't want to risk feeding the volley bear any harder. So here Ahri goes in a little bit too eagerly. We get 2 really quick kills before anything happens. Xin Zhao jumps in on me as well for some reason. Gets evaporated by the Gwen, who is 0 and 5 and does like basically no damage. And we suddenly have 3 members of the enemy team dead. Only Volley Bear and Karma are left alive, and that's kind of a really funny / weird situation where the enemy team literally just all runs it down mid and just gives us free kills. So here we are gonna get ourselves our Rift Maker, and of course now we can build into either Crown or we could build into Maul Reminder. Now it's a decent argument for Maul Reminder because we can of course kill Volley Bear a lot more easily with both anti-heal as well as armor pen. But there's also a very decent argument of course for going for Crown because of course we have like, you know, Volley Bear, Stun, Ahri, Charm, and you know, etc. So it could be a big level of safety as well. Here I go in, pop the ult, and the Volley Bear is focusing Neela, so I'm just focusing him in the meanwhile. I flash away, and now, you know, with the backup of my team, I can try to run him down, which I am able to do eventually. Just look at the healing, by the way. So eventually we do manage to kill him. Kind of a little bit of sweet revenge there for him killing me like twice. And here Twitch is forced to run for the hills as 3 of us try to push down his tower. So we do just get the tower, and we can't really push any further because 2 enemy team members are about to respawn, so we're gonna just run, not run away, but just back off to mid lane and clear up this minion wave. Now, unfortunately, Morgana greets over damaging the inhib, I guess, although she basically did no damage here, and she's now kind of getting chased and does end up dying to Xin Zhao. Ahri is continuing the chase, gets knocked out by Nami's ulti and is left at 1 HP. One more Q from me probably would have killed her, but I probably would have died as well if I stayed any longer, so I'm just gonna value my own life over killing her. She's 2 and 5, but I'm like 11 to 11, so I'm way more valuable than her. I don't want to die anytime soon, so I'm gonna instead just walk away, and we can kill her another time, basically. So here we pick up the wool, just of course getting farm wherever we can. We're at 13k gold, and we're actually ahead of the Volley Bear and Karma, who's also at 11k gold. But we're actually ahead of the Volley Bear by a decent amount now. Of course, we have been you know, kiting him out and getting him getting kills, and we're getting of course really fed. And now we're building towards Crown, and we don't have space for any more item components. So I'm actually going for the QSS as well, just, you know, to be able to cleanse myself of any CC. I didn't really think stasis was very important here because, you know, most of the key spells that are going to catch us are going to be CC. Even if it's a Karma slow from her Q, still CC, so yeah. So speaking of which, Karma just evaporates. Ahri is now running for the hills. Morgana hits the root. I'm able to pick up the double kill. So I'm thinking of whether to go and chase the volley or the Xin Zhao. Obviously Xin Zhao is going to be the easier option, so I'm chasing down the Xin Zhao. We land the W to reduce his movement speed. He jumps back in on us, tries to ult. Nami gets whacked away, but we are able to finish the kill onto him. Now Volibear is angry and he's running after us, but instead, he's not just getting kited, we're slowly just destroying him. Little by little, his health bar is just evaporating. Twitch is free firing on me in the meantime, but he eventually runs out of frontline. Volibear dies, and I can now focus him, and he just instantly evaporates as well. And really nice chain of events. Now I'm like almost 3k ahead of the Volibear. Dragon spawns, and of course with the Omnivamp from the Riftmaker, we're healing a decent amount of Dragon as well. And now we recall, and we can maybe complete Crown. Yep, there we go. So we decide to complete Crown. We have the spell shield up, and we're now like kind of just ready for anything. Like if we just get randomly caught or bursted, we're gonna have Crown to bail us out, which is basically the whole premise of building Crown on any champion, basically. So now we're just gonna head over, in this case, to mid, shadow our Gwen a little bit. We don't really know where enemy team members are. We can now see Ahri can Twitch. So here Volibear once again walks up. He takes a little bit of poke from me. And yeah, once again, nothing too much is happening. And we're kind of just waiting for objective spawn, or waiting for someone to make a mistake to kind of catch out. We've already gotten pretty much all their towers. Volibear, speaking of catch up, Volibear catches out Gwen, who is the one making the mistake. Twitch overextends a little bit. I try to actually catch him, and I actually miss my ult here, I believe. Actually, do I have it? I don't think so. So anyways, here we're just blasting the Volibear, who's blasting our backline. You know, we kind of do quite a bit of damage now. We're flashing away. Xin Zhao stuck at 1 HP. His ult actually saves him. And here we're just kiting out the Volibear again. Volibear gets the stun on me, but I go unstoppable. Nice Nami bubble onto all of them to pretty much allow us to escape. Only me and Nami are left alive at this point, and the enemy team is kind of just rolling over our team because we have a 0 and 8 Gwen. The other two are not too bad. Like Morgana is 3 and 6, but she does have a lot of utility, and of course Neela's doing okay as well. She's not at 3 items, so she should be doing damage now. Here you can see Crown coming in, saving me from the charm by Ahri. If I got hit by that charm, and you know my QS is on cooldown, and I probably would have just died. So Crown literally saved my life there, and helped me to like kind of maintain my shutdown. You know, I'm now at 16k gold. The next most in the game is Volibear at 14k gold. And here we know that they're doing Baron. Volibear comes on over. Neela's not interested at all, so we can't really do anything about it. They pick up the Baron because of course Neela doesn't want to contest. And we all basically just end up getting run down after they got the Baron. Twitch picks up a triple kill. Neela tries to go in onto all of them. She dies as well. I mean, if you wanted to do this, why not just come and contest the Baron? And Gwen's the last one left alive. She's now stuck on 1 HP, and Volibear is running her down. She dies, I think, I guess, to red buff eventually. Actually, Volibear doesn't even have red buff, so I don't know what's going on there. But basically, at this point, you know, they have Baron. We got Ace with 30-second plus death timers. The game is pretty much over here. So don't know if this is surprising, probably is, but we didn't actually win this game. Zeri, 16, 3, and 12, 50% of the team's damage, 60k damage, but no, we didn't win because, you know, our team, I can't say our team was bad, but basically we end up making a mistake at the Baron area, and you know, we all get caught, we all die, and game's over. So I'm gonna leave you guys with the stats as usual. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and goodbye.